So here we are. It's the first weekend of spring. Today is Sunday. It turned spring on Tuesday, and this is the first day of sun that we've had since it turned spring. It's been raining a lot. It was raining a lot yesterday. So I thought we'd take a little walk around to see what spring weekend looks like around our yard, because things are coming to life. The grass has already come to life. I had to mow it. Fortunately, last Saturday I had time to do that. But in this progress, the peonies are coming to life. We've been nursing 5 peony plants, some of them quite successfully. These are very nice peonies here, and that thing is going gangbusters. This one's a little behind it, and it's interesting how they come up differently. This one's coming up with red stalks, and this one's coming up with green stalks. These are very nice, elegant peonies from my mother-in-law to my daughter, who not promptly, but who moved and left them to me. She says I'm a good peony daddy. Here's another one. This is a Sarah Bernhard. This one is really going after it. It grows pretty fast. And then over here, this one is giant. This was given to us by a friend, and it's really growing pretty fast. I need to get cages on these before they get too big and become a problem. This, let me see if I can get where we can see it, is a maple tree from the backyard that I started from seed. It's a sibling to this tree, and the little one over there. The Japanese maples are all coming to life, as is our lone, faithful, what are these called? Dandelions. The real interesting story is this one. This peony is a coral charm, and it was at my mother-in-law's house when she moved, and she gave the peony to a friend of hers. Being a legacy peony, I wanted to try to salvage it, and there was one little piece of it that was left, and I dug it up in a bucket in its own dirt, brought it home, and it kind of grew, and I put it in this spot last year and it grew up last year, last year it kind of grew up. It did okay. It didn't bloom, but this year it started really early. So I'm kind of hoping that it blooms this year. It'll just be kind of fun to carry on from the home that my wife grew up in, and then my daughter learned to love peonies to continue on with this peony. We have some plans for this bed. In this area is where we have the potato tower. But what we're going to do this year, let me get over here. Let me get out of the picture. So instead of building a big tower of potatoes this year, we're going to build it a little bit lower, because that didn't work out very well. And we'll see if we can get a little better crop of potatoes. From a composting standpoint, doing okay. Let me see. So it's kind of hard to see, split in sun. This is a compost pile that we've been using quite a bit. And this one last week was a bunch of leaves. And I mowed it over and over again to try to chop it up, and then put some peels in it from our apples. We did some apple juicing, and we put it in there to see. Well, I'm dark, aren't I? So we put the apple remains in there to see how they would do. If you've been watching, you know I put together a tumbling bin for composting, and this is right here. And I don't know if it's composting or not. It gets a little bit of work done. I tumble it once in a while. I've put some worms in it, but we'll see how that actually works out when it warms up, because it's pretty cold in there. And I know a compost bin is supposed to be warm, and I don't really see that out of any of the composters that I've been doing. So anyhow, you might be able to hear the crows. Life is returning. It's a beautiful day, so kind of. It's partly sunny, partly cloudy, but I don't know what the difference is. I'm sure there's a technical difference. But that's kind of a tour of what's waking up on our little suburban homestead this first nice weekend, or this first nice day of spring. Thanks.